Hi guys, I am in one of my favorite neighborhoods today, Warm Springs Avenue. It's called Warm Springs Avenue because it was one of the first neighborhoods to use the warm springs to heat all their homes. And when I mean first neighborhoods, I mean first neighborhoods in the United States even. So yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's the Monday after Halloween, so there might still be some Halloween decorations up. But I just love this neighborhood. I love all the historic homes. And I want to take you guys on this walk with me. Here we go. Man, that sun is bright. Bright light, bright light. You guys remember that? Gizmo? So here's our first pretty home. Look at that. Yep, all these homes are historic, 1800s. So you can just imagine the horse and buggies. Beautiful leaves still on the trees. They haven't all fallen off yet. November 3rd, and it's this beautiful out. All right, let's keep going. Let's look at some more houses. This house here was for sale forever. If you go back and look at my last video from last year walking through this neighborhood, yeah, this house was for sale forever, but it looks like somebody bought it. They're doing some remodeling. They have the yard all tore up, probably putting in some new piping. But maybe that's why it took so long to sell, because there was so much work that needed done. That'd be my guess. But isn't that beautiful? Pretty cool looking. They're adding on this side. Yeah. It finally sold. Somebody's fixing it up, either that, or maybe they took it off the market. They're doing the repairs and then they'll put it back on the market. Twacta. The cat. This next home next door, it's even got an historical plaque in front of it. Beautiful. I'll show you the plaque. And I'm not talking about the plaque on my teeth. Kingsborough Day House, 1896. Wow, 1896, guys. Beautiful. This house here reminds me of like Leave It to Beaver or Desperate Housewives, perhaps. These little free libraries, you see them along the way every so often in these neighborhoods. Isn't that cute though? Take a book, share a book. Love it. Reading is awesome. Reading is so good. Keep on reading. This blue house is pretty. I like how it's kind of, I think, Victorian style. It's got that pretty overhang. I think they recently painted it. This one here might be one of my favorites. Well, actually, it is definitely one of my favorites, if not my favorite. Cottage in the woods. Tell me this does not look like a cottage in the woods. Isn't that awesome? I would love to live in that in the middle of the forest. Another Victorian style. I'm not sure what that thing is called, the tower. Those are neat. The widow's nest. I don't think it's a widow's nest. Maybe it is. I'm learning too, guys. I'm learning about this house stuff. But man, is it cute. These guys still have some Halloween decor up. You don't see Frankenstein very often these days. I did a lot as a kid. He was still popular when I was a kid. Cool, man. He's definitely life-size. So, guys, I want to talk to you about fear and fighting fear. Like, I've been fighting fear my whole life. Just doing these videos right now, I had to fight a fear in order to do them. There was a time in my life when I was scared to even just go out. I wouldn't say scared, but just very hesitant and fearful to go out and even just check my mail. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, the neighbors will see me or whatever, you know? Just stupid. Now that I look back, you know. But anyways, if there's anybody out there that's feeling fearful of anything that they want to do in life, a dream or a job or just changing life, changing some things in life, trust me, you have to fight through it. You can cry when you're about to do it because you're scared. Get all those tears out, dry them up, and then go do it. That's the only way to fight a fear, is just to do it. You will feel so amazing afterwards, and you will no longer have that fear until you stop doing it, and then you get scared again. So you gotta keep it going, you gotta be consistent, you know. But if there's anything out there in this world that you wanna do, any dream, anything, go for it. Absolutely go for it. For sure. So check out this pretty house, guys. This house is newer. You can obviously tell. That one right there. Isn't that pretty? Looks like something you definitely see like in Hollywood. Definitely looks like a Hollywood home. There's the Castle House across the street. I wanted to show you from this angle, but we will walk over there. You can sit up on the patio up there. Have torches flaming. Pretty cool. So this place here, they have totally gutted and they are redoing it. It was a house for a while, but before that, I'm almost positive it was like a carriage house for these guys here. Look at this big, beautiful home here. And if you notice, it matches up almost perfectly with the colors and everything. Old 1800s house. I'm almost positive this used to be the carriage house right next door. They're working on it. So we'll follow up and see how this looks later, guys. I'll show you later how it looks. But let's check out what I think was the main house here. You can tell it's an older home from the 1800s. Has the biggest trees like that I've seen in somebody's yard, and several of them. Yeah, so I think that was the main house and then the carriage house. But yeah, look at the size of these trees, especially this tree here. He's a big one. He's been there a while. Probably 100 years. All right, Castle House. Pretty cool, huh? When this was being built, I heard stories from several people that what had happened was the house behind it, it was a husband and wife that were going through a divorce. And so out of spite, he built this huge castle right in front of her house, just to piss her off. That's the story. There it is from a different angle. I like all those pillars with the chains. Those are neat. Another pretty house that could be like Leave It to Beaver or Desperate Housewives, any of those. Just a sweet, pretty looking home. Another pretty Victorian style. What are those called, guys? The turret or the widow's nest or the... I don't know. Leave a comment below if you know what those are called. Michael Myers' house right here. Right there. It looks like a Michael Myers house from the movie Halloween. Look, guys, my shadow is joining us. Hi. He's even waving at me. Hi, Shadow. I love these old horse hitches, these stone horse hitches. Look how old that is, guys. Look how worn that is. But look at this house. It looks like a colonial style. They've got two of them. They got another one right here. And you sure can see the age on that. Look at that. That's where they would hook their horses when they came to visit, or when they were home for the day or whatever. Cool, huh? Gotta love history. Here's a house with a couple more. If I'm yelling, it's because of all the traffic going by. Big rigs going by. Very cool. This house here has numerous. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these things. These horse hitches. So either this house was very popular in the day, or maybe there was something else that used to sit here, like a business or something. Look at the age on that, guys. Tell me that ain't 100 years old, 150 years old. Very cool. This one here is Spanish style. It's the only Spanish style on the road, on the street. I know they have a lot of these in like Arizona, New Mexico, probably Texas. So this house here, this is what the front side of the Amityville house would look like. Pretty similar to this. I don't know if it has the Amityville eyes on the side. I don't think it does. They have one over there on Harrison that does. So if you go back and watch my Harrison videos, favorite neighborhood walk videos, you'll see that house. The Amityville house. All right, let's keep going. I like these old lights too, with the brick, which that looks cool at night. So this house here, it really makes you feel like you've stepped into history. Check this out. Yeah, it totally looks like you've just stepped into history. They have a horse hitch, and this is the only horse hitch on this road that I've seen that still has the thing on it. How cool is that? You can even see where it wore in right there. It's in the hitch. Wow. Very cool. Hey, Governor. To me, this looks like a governor's mansion, or what should be a governor's mansion. This is a very tall house. All right, guys. Here comes the biggest, baddest one of all. It's the old Moore House. Look at that. Built in like 1870s, I think. Isn't that cool? They have like a haunted tree in their yard. Look at that. But yeah, this house is huge, guys. Humongous. Let's walk around it. Anyways, the way that these guys on this street made their fortune was when they originally tapped into the natural hot springs on this road. They initially tapped in just for fire hydrants. And the owners of the tap line, they became rich because they realized that they could also use the same thing to warm houses. So not only did they warm their own homes on this street, but they built these huge mansions. Most of them were because they were the owners of this tap line. So they basically got rich off of hot water. Natural hot water from the ground. Cool balcony up there. Yep, they tapped into natural hot water from the ground and became rich. Very cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a wonderful day. Check out some of my other videos. They're cool too.